Okay, I gotta speak quietly because it's really late. I'm pretty sure my roommate's sleeping. But I had something really cool happen that's lined up with an astral projection experience I had a few days ago. And so I only shared half of this astral projection over on my Instagram. The link's in the description, but I explained blessings and how they actually work. But I didn't mention anything about the second half of the astral projection, mainly because I didn't find it important. That was, it was a little something that was personal to me, but that was about it. And so in this astral projection, I was going through a realm of areas that were really important to me when I was growing up. Like all the schools that I grew up in were here. There was a lot of churches because I went to a lot of churches growing up. My mom, she was Catholic, so I was raised Catholic, going to a bunch of different Catholic churches in my neighborhood. The surrounding area was kind of built along areas that I've walked through multiple times in my life to get to work, to go to certain places, so on and so forth. Just areas that I've traversed many times, areas that I've been in many times. And so it was active. It was not just me by myself. And so I'm going through this place that is like my elementary school, and I see this girl, she's skateboarding. And as she's skateboarding, she starts to levitate just a few inches and go back down, and she'll like lift one leg up and levitate and go back down and switch feet, and it was just like so cool to see. And I went over to her and I was like, hey, how you doing that? And you might be thinking like, JC, you're astral projecting, can't you fly? I paused on astral projection for like 3 to 4 months. And so now that I have saved my pride to some degree, oh my God, Lord, oh Lord, I go and ask her, how are you doing this? How are you levitating? She gets this cool smile on her face, and she starts to tell me stuff, but my mind starts to turn on, and it starts speaking to me, and it starts telling me like, no, like, I know how to do this, don't worry, just meditate. And so part of me starts to pay attention to her and what she's saying. She's telling me to go to Florida, astral project to Florida, and go to these certain cities, which I can't pronounce the names. I know they weren't in English though. And as she's speaking to me, she's sending me images of these cities, and it was a really cool experience. I read about it in the autobiography of a yogi. When Paramahansa Yogananda meets his guru again after he dies, he starts to speak to him and starts to, at the same time while speaking to him, he shoots him images of where he's at now in the astrals. So that was really cool to experience. Sorry, I just fanboyed there. Back to the levitating thing. My mind was like, I can figure this out. I know how to do this. And so as she's talking to me, I'm sitting listening to her, but I go like, nope, I'm gonna do this. And so I close my eyes and I start meditating, and immediately I kind of get pulled into like a third person perspective, and everything is black except for my energy body, my energy system, the nadis, if you want to call it that. It's the astral body's version of the nervous system, or just in general, it's a less gross version of the nervous system. And by gross, I mean physical. It's where prana, life force, chi, ki, it's how that moves throughout your system. So either or, in the spine, you have 3 channels, Ida, Pingala, and Sushnama. I don't know if I got the Ida and Pingala on the right sides, but that's not important because the Sushnama, I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Don't kill me. It's the middle channel, and that's where the Kundalini is supposed to rise. That's where it's supposed to go. So I close my eyes, I meditate, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna raise my Kundalini. And so as I start trying to do that, it gets stuck around the upper second, lower third area. It's like right in between the two. And it wasn't moving, it wasn't budging. I was trying really hard, and I was putting a lot of intention to it. And so I come back, she's still talking, and then I just kind of phase back into here. And I was like, wow, that was kind of cool. But only the first part to me was worth sharing, which is why I haven't shared the second part yet until now. So I was meditating, and I was working on the meditation portion of the foundation. I'm working on Heaven's Gates, which is the third part of permanent peace, and it builds off of the foundation. So what's going on with Heaven's Gates is I'm learning to find, I'm teaching you how to find that middle channel that I speak about in this astral projection. That I think is called Sushmana, something like that. So I teach you how to find it here. You don't have to astral project to find it. And when you do that, then you can move your intention, or you move your awareness through that channel. And I'm going to later teach you how to find the chakras, and then you can cleanse them out, and so on and so forth. So this technique that I was using is called Om Japa when I do that. But I started off the meditation like that, and then I decided that I need to focus on what I'm going to teach them, because you guys aren't going to know that for a while. So I cut off everything. I get absorbed into consciousness, which is beautiful, nectar. And so when that happens, that energy rises through that middle channel normally, and it will connect up here to the ajna, which is what a Kundalini awakening is to begin with. It's just the more intense, there's certain levels of intensity of the prana connecting up here. And so you can increase that by becoming more absorbed into consciousness, into this state. So I was like, okay, how do I increase this connection, increase this focus without using any of the techniques that I've used in the past? So I start to do that, and I start feeling the energy moving through. I start feeling the energy in my spine, and then I notice this block, and it's tough. But first it came almost like a physical pain. I was like, okay, maybe my posture's off, because sometimes I'll get so relaxed that my posture will become a little bit weird. And I do a quick body scan. I'm like, no, I'm normal. Okay. So I start leaning a little bit back and forth, thinking that maybe I'm just leaning forward or backwards too much, which happens. No, I'm fine. So I hone in a little bit more, and it's not a physical pain. There's actually so much energy concentrated in the upper second, lower third area of my spine when it comes to the chakras, that it feels like a physical pain. And I was sitting there like, damn, I guess it wasn't real. Because not gonna lie, I came back and it's weird, I astral project, but sometimes I don't really believe some of the stuff I see, just because it's almost too weird. It's almost too weird. But either or, I didn't really believe that portion of the astral projection, which, again, why would I only believe half of it? Why? But either or, this block is so intense that it's causing physical pain, even though it's only an energy thing. So what happens is there's actually this hump, which it feels like the energy is trying to go over. And this technique, Om Japa, it's incredible. And it's an emotional unraveling. And normally that works pretty darn well. So I try it, and suddenly it's like I'm just in this little twister. Yeah, but then I got too excited because I was like, oh my god, like this is lining up with the astral projection. This is so cool. And then I decided I should probably end the meditation because it is late and I do need to go to bed like right after I finish this. But yeah, that's how astral projection has helped me with my Kundalini practices, my permanent peace practices, and becoming aware of it. And so I really suggest that you practice permanent peace and what I'm going to be giving if you're interested in astral projection, because might be up to a little something. And if that isn't obvious enough on what I'm going to be doing, then I don't really know what to tell you. So, my name is JC. Hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all soon. Peace.